Okay, so if you guys remember that TC over there, that was my daily driver for like a solid year and some change. And then the CB actually went out, and I'm finally in the process of replacing them, but I got sidetracked. So, what I'm going to be doing today is going to be some fog lights for this car. I got the first one mocked up right here, but I got impatient, and I really want to do this before I end up putting the rest of the stuff in the car. So, as far as sticking these fog lights in, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy. These are the brackets that came with it. I'm going to pop those on there and then start doing the wiring stuff. Luckily, these guys do have all those DOT, SAE writings on them, but I shouldn't have any issues if I get pulled over. And I don't know, this is one of those things I feel like every TT should have, because the car just looks so weird with these like blanked out slots on both sides. Anyway, let's get this party started. So basically all you need to do is pop these fog lights into the car itself, and it looks like these go on the back of the bumper and get bolted in with the 2 bolts that are provided in here. So I'm gonna do that first. I will say, as far as screws that are supposed to hold in a fog light in a car, these guys are not that big, but oh shit, maybe this is all it needs. Well, I'll go get a Phillips and pop this in here. Now looking under the car, you can see here's the fog light that's been put in place. The cap will go on just like this, past the spider webs, and sandwich it in place just like so. That's what's gonna hold the fog light into the car. And the 2 screws go in there. Surprisingly simple, elegant, and hopefully it works. Okay, so I tried using these like little screws that came with the kit. Honestly, they're not really grabbing that well, so I decided to get some screws from inside the garage. I'm really hoping these don't like break through the fog light or anything, but the ones that were supplied are just not long enough or able to do the job. So let's try this way. Okay, so now looking at the actual clips itself, you can see that the power cable just needs to be routed. On both sides next to the fog lights there are these sensors. I'm going to try and follow those wires down and hook up the wiring harness, which I'll show you in a moment. So you can see right here, the harness is pretty much split up into 2 separate harnesses, and it's connected through this one bit right here. This is the part that goes into the cab and hooks onto the switch. This is the part that actually powers the fog lights and is connected with the relay under the hood. So for this instance, just to make it simpler, I'm going to split these 2 up right here and begin routing it that way. So what I've done now is I laid out the harnesses as it would be laid out in the vehicle. So that generally means to have the power wire be on the sides that's closest to the battery, and just plan out the connection routing through here. So what I would do is I would slide this down into there, slide this down to there. However, this gives me a bit of a problem in the sense that my ground, or the trigger wire, is now not on the driver's side. So it leads me to believe one of 2 things. One, this is either a wiring harness that's generic for every Toyota vehicle fog light kit that they sell, and that in this particular instance, they just picked like a left-hand or a right-hand drive harness, which isn't a big deal. I can always extend the wire. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to begin to route these wires to the point where these 2 connectors make it down there to the fog light over there. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is the ground wire that's on this main harness. It's going to be hooked up to this chassis point right here that'll ground out the system. And there's also going to be a red wire that's going to be hooking up to the positive side of the battery. Once that's complete, I'll show you plugging in on the bottom, and then the engine side of the harness install should be mostly complete. So there that is right there. Just lined on up with the 10 mil. Drive that in with that. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind is that the 12-volt wire is going to be hooked up directly to the battery, just like that. I'm going to run it down sideways with this cable. And the next thing that you should do is firmly and securely mount the relay that's going to be controlling this along with the fuse in a location where they won't have too many vibrations. What I'm probably going to end up doing is like probably 3M taping it to the side of the fuse box, just like so. That way I have a solid location for where I know it's going to be. And yeah, that's about it. Overall, a very easy little installation on the engine bay side. And when it comes to the wire for the front light, I have it connected down there going down behind the headlight, but I'm also following the original wiring tracked for the horn and the airbag sensors down here, and then going back down underneath there. And you can see the light connector coming down from up there and connecting just like so. So far, hey, came out pretty nice. The fitment's not amazing. You can tell that there's a couple little gaps in it, but from 10 feet away, or even just from standing away, it doesn't look too bad. Plus, its whole job is to throw light out. So for that, it's doing good. So when it comes to routing the wire inside the cab, I did find a grommet on the driver's, or the passenger side actually. I'm gonna be cutting the little top off that grommet right there, and routing the yellow wire into the cab, and then over to the driver's side. This does look like it should be long enough to work that way, so we should be good to go. So here's a little nub I cut off, and there's the hole. And can you see the light going straight into the cabin, where I removed the glove box. I will seal it up with some silicone once I'm done. But now we route the wire in there. Do that part right. In there. Perfect fit. And there you go. Now that is inside the cab. Now, we have the yellow wire here. The grommet is located behind the blower motor. With some careful pulling, you can get right on through. My next step is going to be to pull out the head unit. Actually, I'll explain in one moment. Okay, so now that I have the wire right over there, that's going to be my trigger wire for the fog light. I can now pull the head unit out. Why am I pulling the head unit out? Because a lot of the wires I'm going to use to splice into this are going to be located in the head unit. That's going to be the easiest place to get it. And I've already done a doubled in kit, so it's going to be very easy for me to find the wires I need. I already unhooked the battery, so let's get started. I haven't taken this piece out in a while, so let's see if I remember how to do this. Yeah, this guy comes out here. Most of this can be done with just your hands, actually. The manual car, you need to just put your hand in here, pull this guy back out just like so, rotate it around a bit, and then this gives you the access to 2 screws here, which we'll need to pull off this guy right here. Okay, so this guy's coming out now, nice and gently like. So there's that. And in here, you can see the head unit bolted in with these 2 bolts. So those 2 bolts on the bottom are out. There's going to be 2 10 mils on top that have to come out. And the whole stair should come right out. Right there and right there. Okay, so here you can see I heat shrunk all the connectors and everything. And the red wire, which is going to be the power. See right there. So I don't want to use a quick connect, so I'm probably going to just take the heat shrink off and then wrap it up with something. Who knows? But yeah. So what I ended up doing is routing the wire behind the gauge cluster very carefully. Now I'm going to pop out one of these blank switches and put the switch in. Then I'm going to hook this up to this metal ground right here. That should be good enough to ground this thing out. And then go from there. Yeah. Okay, so I just popped out this guy from the back. I'm going to see if it's the right size. And if it is, I'll pop this thing right in here. Just like that. Nice. Okay, I now have a fog light switch. Very nice. Now I'm just gonna pop this rest of this thing out real quick so that I can now get this connector into here, into that, and the install on this side is complete. I can focus back over there, the head unit side right over here. Okay, so now with the switch hooked up, the wire coming out here, we see that there's plenty of wire to get it over to that little yellow connector over there, or there should be, hopefully. I can always extend it a bit, but I think I should be good. So what I'm going to do now is basically cut off a lot of this rubber tubing, because this is going to go to a grounding bolt inside the cab. This is going to go to the ignition wire, not the illumination wire. And this is going to be my reference wire that's going to be running outside. So I just need to cut out a lot of this rubber tubing and we should be good there. Okay, so I managed to get everything in. My only gripe right now is just how ugly the color of this switch is. It's like this bright green. And if you look, the rest of the car is going to be orange. So that's my one gripe. So far, yeah, everything looks good, comes on. Like, not the brightest fog lights in the world, but for 50 bucks they do their job. Let me pull this one off here. But yeah, my next goal is to end up swapping out the later Scion TC headlights, the one with the projectors. Well, my next goal is to get the car running, but then after that, swapping the Scion TC with the projectors, put some LED lights in here. I don't want it to be overly modern or flashy. I just want it to have nice features and stuff that I can enjoy in a daily again. Okay, so there's the whole install of the fog lights. Nice, quick, and easy. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more stuff like this, which there definitely will be on this car, hit subscribe. I'm currently in the process of wiring up a dash cam and the subwoofer wiring, which I'm not too sure you guys will want to see. But the rest of the stuff should be pretty good. Peace out.